Okay, let me just start up this experiment. What I want to do is try to fly down to Oroville in virtual reality and check out that spillway that's been destroyed. But at the same time, I'm going to play these videos on the sides here, and I hope Dabu7 doesn't mind, or these other video creators don't mind. I'm just going to let these play.
This is Dabu7 with some updated information in regards to the situation in Oroville, California. As many of you may know, there is a spillway that has an erosion hole in it that has caused a lot of problems up to this point. Now they're saying that it was formed from erosion. At this point, it's caused a lot of problems, and the emergency spillway started to overflow, and then the whole dam began to overflow. Now yesterday, they began emergency evacuations, and as of this morning, they're saying over 200,000 people have been ordered to evacuate this area. Some of the officials saying that they fear that the damaged spillway could unleash a 30-foot wall of water on Oroville. That is something major to pay attention to. I don't think people realized the magnitude of this situation when it was first reported. I think many thought, oh, it's just a little hole in a spillway, but that hole prevents them from releasing the amount of water that they need to release. Therefore, the rim of the dam was completely overflowing. Now, other areas here along this are starting to give way.
That's it.
So this is going to be something they're going to have to keep an eye on a daily basis from here on out.
You can see how the rain would fall into the mountains here, and all the runoff channels down into one
and just keep up
area
with the ongoing updates as it's happening. If a huge chunk maybe falls off or gets washed out,
so they're looking for more rain,
and they start to see
soon.
Major flooding downstream.
And
once again, if there's anyone out there in this area affected by this, I've been receiving a lot of emails, and I want to thank folks for that. But if anyone's on the ground specifically that has footage, pictures, updated information downstream, if you're seeing water levels rise down near Oroville, anything like that, let me know, dabu7yahoo.com. I'll make sure to get that information out there. And they're expecting more rain here within the week to come. So prayers going out to these people.
Let's find Oroville.
They are mobilizing the National Guard, saying that they are involved in relief efforts unlike they've seen in a long time. So that's some of the latest here. I'll keep you guys posted with more as I come across it. This has been Dabu7. Peace.
Coffee Creek. Oh, I'm going crazy here. Something's glitching out. The tracking is really messed up.
Soon here, so let's see if we can get up in the Luscombe and
should be,
get over there, take a look at it before the.
We should be very close to where I'm looking for.
Restrict airspace up to 3,000 feet over the dam, and we'll be able to get a
because it seemed to me
if we can get down to about 1,000 feet.
All the mountains were draining.
You were looking
down.
at California's Oroville Dam and its spillway. Now this spillway, as you can see here, has formed a massive hole. They're calling it erosion that caused this, but literally out of nowhere, it opened up 30 feet deep, 80 feet wide, and started to consume a lot of the water that was coming down the spillway. Now, they're in a dicey situation here because they say they only have a small window to where they're going to have to make a release again. Now, if the water is being released and it's going into this hole, it's going to continue to eat away and cause more damage underneath.
But it's similar. I don't know why all these dams would
of this spillway.
under threat.
Now they're talking about a potential quick fix. Others are saying a quick fix just is not going to do it. You're going to have to get in here and you're going to have to do it the right way. And they're saying, well, we're not sure we have enough time. They're saying they have only a few days before another big rain is expected to come through the area. And they're going to have to release water somehow, some way.
That they aren't really focusing on just yet. And this
now they're saying that when they were doing this, it was 60,000 cubic feet of water per second. The capacity is 150,000.
And this is the
so it can do more than double of where it was at when this
whatever
hole
you would call it, the overflow
and
channel
it continues to grow larger.
So
I will continue to keep you guys posted if anything else comes of this.
Around here.
I'll leave a link below in the description box.
Just coming over
see
And this has been
water,
Doppler 7.
the magnitude of
spillway.
water that just must flow out of here is just
You can
ridiculous.
see quite a bit of erosion
So
off the
hopefully
side of the
we
spillway,
have the
but also
videos
the bottom section of the
showing what
spillway
I'm
is still in
looking at.
place. Those
Similarly,
big
yes, we
diffuser
do.
blocks are still in place at the very bottom
This
of the
looks
spillway.
very good. We can stand on top of the dam.
Quite a bit of erosion and quite a bit
See,
of
oh,
head
that's what it would look like
up the spillway.
if I were
would
standing
say
on
that's
there
almost
watching the
halfway
water
up the
gush
spillway
out.
now. We'll get another good look
Let's
at it
walk
from
over
the other
here.
angle here shortly.
This would be that
We're
little
looking
the
at
spillway
approximately 40,000
overflow.
cubic feet per second coming down the
And
spillway.
looks like the
There's
water
another
level was
12,000
very
cubic
low,
feet per second coming out of
and
the
then it got very
powerhouse at the
high.
base of the dam, which you can't see in this picture.
Topped over this, all this road washed
We're told
away, all
about
this washed
50,000
away. You can see it
cubic
from the
feet per second
videos.
leaving
Hopefully,
the reservoir. However, the
get an
inflow is
idea
still over 100,000
where I'm
cubic
flying
feet per
around
second.
here. So let me spin the earth around
Pressing
again.
issues
Well,
for
as of
you
8
at this
a.m.
hour,
on
and we start
Saturday,
in
the 11th
Oroville.
of
The
February,
Oroville
the
Dam
water
spillway
finally
suffered more
see
severe
how
damage
emergency
today. What
spillway
was a
began
gaping
spilling
hole
over.
caused by erosion is now a
How the
crater.
First time
what do I
water
want to
is
say?
pouring into Lake
The
Oroville,
elevation
and it
changes
continues to
rapidly
rise
halfway
at this
down
hour.
here.
Get a better
It kind of
view of
flows
just how
and then
far
it gets a
off
lot
that
faster.
is
Dumped
It's some
water
white
from the nearly
waters.
full
This is where it
reservoir
broke.
out of the spillway is so badly
And
damaged.
started gushing out the
Oroville
side
Dam is
here.
along the Feather
You can
River
get a
in
good
Butte
view
County.
So a lot of this has
between
washed
the
away
regular spillway and that parking lot. That's over 1,000 feet
Interesting.
long.
Well,
In this picture,
little
the water's
experiment.
still a couple of feet from the top. It should allow for
See the Oroville Dam.
fairly
Yes,
virtual
and the
reality.
damaged spillway that we're
over the
talking
top
about
there.
here is right over my left shoulder. Lake
Newer
Oroville
tractors
has
have
been
gone
filling
ahead
up
and cleared
rapidly because
some
of
of
all the
the
rain today.
area
In fact,
just
it's
below
been
the
rising up
emergency
about a
Sun and
half
light
a
conditions.
foot
I'm just gonna
each
leave the
hour
sun as
now.
high as it
Engineers are
goes.
looking ahead to what
Good
they can
lighting.
do next if they can't use
erosion.
this spillway
That's
to
the big
release the
concern
excess
here,
water
is how much
from the
erosion
lake.
Cool
we can
looking
get
rock
coming out of this
formation.
At this point,
Let's look at what's going to flood, if we can
Oroville
tell.
Dam engineers
And
spending
PG&E
their
is watching
second
those
day
closely.
inspecting the
This is from,
Oroville spillway after irregular
look at
water
the
flow
elevation.
All this
caused
erosion's
this.
going to end up in the thermal
This
heat
channel would just be gushing full of water.
here to be cleaned
downstream.
Should be no problem.
of the spillway.
Of course,
The
this
damaged
thermal
another
spillway has
diversion
doubled
pool
in
has a
size
dam on
since
it.
Dam
Tuesday.
there.
Now,
Oroville.
engineers are
This
trying to
would
come
fill
up with
up.
a plan
Erosion, all
to
this
stop
debris
the
from going
I
erosion.
don't know that this would
35,000
flood.
cubic feet per second.
Seems
Despite
like
the
it
fact that the flows over the emergency
They
dam
probably
are being
evacuated all
completely
these
controlled with 5 days of good
This
weather.
looks like good
Engineers are
candidate for
monitoring the
flooding,
spillway
right?
around the
Decreasing.
clock, checking for any
Everything
irregular
should be
water
just
flow. According to
fine.
the State Department of Water Resources, if enough erosion occurs
But,
along the
they
spillway,
had this
the
whole
emergency
area
spillway
under
will be activated. Officials
flood
say it's never been
warning and
used
flood
since the
danger.
dam was built in the 1960s.
We are removing the trees
See,
and,
once it rains
vegetation,
again,
in the area that would be
all the water from this whole mountain range just channels down into here.
So we actually have crews out there right now just as a
Balance it out though with these other
Cal Fire
things.
is
This is a
clearing
big
the area
channel
of the
here.
emergency
There's a
spillway
lot of
does
big
need to be
channels.
activated to
They
minimize
channel the
the
water
amount of
down
flooding
into
down
the valley.
hillside.
This is
What I
northern
think was
California,
amazing
so
was
there's a
how
lot
big it
of
was.
agricultural
The spillway
valleys
damage
here.
was quite a sight for Carrie Roderick, who's
I'd
lived
say
in
a lot of
Oroville
excess
her
water is
entire
probably
life. She
good
says
for
that the
the
spillway
growing
survived a tremendous
season.
storm in 1997. The
It's
emergency spillway
springtime
could
is
be the
upon us.
solution if it fails this time. That's what it's there for.
If not for the threat to people's
And again, the
properties,
Department of Water Resources not anticipating
this
any
rain could
flooding
be
concerns.
controlled.
We have
Create your own
learned 4
stunning
different school
website.
districts
bit more
around the
art.
area have announced school closures for tomorrow as a precaution. For more information, head to our website at cbs13.com.
let's just stand right
Thank you very
in
much.
the
Live from
water.
Oroville tonight. In fact, we're going to get into that specifically right now for you. This ongoing problem at the Oroville Dam spillway to be shut down this week. The Butte County Sheriff's Office
Help!
says
I'm getting
the
washed
City
away
Elementary
down the
School District,
Oroville
Oroville Union High
spillway.
School District, Palermo Union School District, and
I can name this video diving off the,
Those schools will all be closed
let's dive off the
tomorrow.
Oroville.
They say this is a precautionary measure
Go to
being taken by the school
Wix.com to
district.
create your
No
own stunning
evacuations have
website.
been issued.
Jump.
Hashtag spillway. And for more
Do it.
information, we have closures on our website, cbs13.com. And now we head over to Christina. She has more information on what's taking place at the Oroville Dam.
It's
And I
interesting
get
because
washed
we're talking about
down
kind
into
of a
the
large
valleys
area
of
here, Sam.
California.
So we want to give you a closer look at what this means. The Department of Water Resources says they plan to use the damaged spillway as long as possible, even if that means a bigger repair job
weird
happens
how
later on. As
Google
long as the
Earth
upper section of
slows
the
down.
spillway
It doesn't
does not erode, which could cause the spillway gates to fail. So let's take a look at what we're talking about here. Up here in the corner, you can see that's the lake
That would be
itself up
scary,
here.
that
This is the
volume of
dam,
water
as you
coming
can
down.
see. It's
Let
a
me
long
just check these
section here.
videos.
This is the spillway that we're talking about. In this picture, it actually does have
going.
water
This one
on it at the
stopped.
time. It's from the Google Map image as well. This emergency spillway is running right along this side here. You can see it's down a hillside. It is an
That
earthen
is a
spillway,
good
and that's the
experiment,
emergency area
and
here.
it's a 10-minute
this water
video
right now coming
anyway,
down
so
into
I
the
should probably
thermal
end the
diversion
video, but
pool,
let me just fly
making
up and
its
get
way
one last
all
look,
the way
and
down
we'll
this
shut the
section
video
here
off.
and toward the thermal
We'll do another
dam,
experiment
which is down
sometime.
here. So now they're using
If
this.
you have any
They're trying to prevent
suggestions
using
of
this
where you want me to
emergency spillway I
fly
talked
to,
about. It is designed to
ahead
keep
and
water
leave a
away from
comment.
the dam. Downside of using the emergency spillway is that it would go down
hey, I lost
hillside,
the
take out
Google
trees
Earth.
from
Well,
soil,
that's a good-
sending them into the
oh,
diversion
it's
pool,
better.
as I mentioned right here. Okay, so
It's
it
a
would
good
also
time
send
anyway,
up
'cause I'm gonna end the video
150,000
now.
cubic feet per second
So.
downstream toward the Thermalito Dam.
Pretty
And just
cool,
below the
pretty
dam,
cool. Stand
as
on
you
the
can see
road.
behind me, is the fish hatchery. So all this is taking place. They're
spillway
worried about
for
what
you.
this means. That's the fish
So.
hatchery down here. So crews have now raced to
you
save
for watching,
4
and
million
bear
baby
with me with
salmon
this experiment.
before they die from the muddy debris
Tune
water
in for the next
that's
one.
now filling
Bye.
the damaged